Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for October 20th through the 26th, maybe the 27th. I am going to pull cards for all of you for the new moon on October 27th. I'm going to talk about my failed ghost adventure, the Orionid meteor showers that are happening right now, the sun moving into Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpios. And next week we have Mercury retrograde coming. So let's get started. I just took a few notes, nothing big. So my failed ghost adventure before I put the glasses on. I went on a crazy road trip recently, last week. That's why we didn't have a weekly wisdom. I attempted to get material, do a live show or something. I brought all my equipment with me, and it didn't happen because driving 1,300 miles around the country is exhausting, and I was by myself. I went to go look at this hair. I need a clip. Sorry about that. It's like one of my pet peeves when my hair is in my face. I went to drive all the way to South Carolina to surprise one of my friends for his birthday. We had a really good time, and then I stopped in North Carolina and visited with a friend there, and that was exciting, eye-opening, and interesting. I attempted to do a ghost hunt at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, on the battlefields, and at Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. So there were too many people, definitely, at Gettysburg, and I just couldn't. There was too much noise. I tried to do EVPs. I was feeling that energy. I almost felt as if I was a soldier overlooking the battlefield at Little Round Top on the ridge, where you could see everything, and it really I really think that I had a past life in the Civil War, because then when I drove down to Harper's Ferry, which is another hour south, I got there and I felt like I was back in time. I felt like I walked through some sort of time vortex. This keeps happening to me. It's been happening to me over and over again, more and more since like 2015. I keep finding myself walking through like these different portals, these vortexes, and my whole equilibrium is off. When I was in Harper's Ferry, I kept feeling like I was falling. I didn't feel well. I had a horrible headache that came on as soon as I drove into the town, which I had a really hard time finding, and people wouldn't give me directions. I felt almost as if it was like I was being told not to go there, but I went. I walked up the stairs to the bed and breakfast that I was planning on staying in, and I felt like I was going to fall off of the porch, the balcony, and it was pretty steep. It was pretty high up. I had to grab onto the railing, and these two gentlemen asked me if I was okay, if I was going to check in, and I'm like, I don't know. I felt the same way when I was back at Jim Thorpe last summer, Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. I don't know what this is. I need to do some more exploration, but my friend Zen from North Carolina seems to think it's like past life vortex that I'm going through and re-experiencing this. So I went and had a really great meal at a restaurant there called the Rabbit Hole. I felt compelled to go in because it was Alice in Wonderland reference, and I had that same reference at Jim Thorpe. I had a great meal, beautiful view. The area really is beautiful. And then I had to leave. I drove about 6 miles out of the town to Charlestown, and I got a hotel, Holiday Inn Express, because I love their pillows and comforters, and I slept well and then made my way down south. I will say that my friend Zen's house and all of her outbuildings, I definitely picked up residual energy. I wanted to do EVP work there, but I was actually really spooked at nighttime. You can't see anything, it's pitch black there. But when we were exploring the outbuildings, I was definitely picking up a lot of energy. The veil is so super thin now, even before coming into Scorpio energy. A couple nights ago, I was doing some readings here in my home and clearly heard my mom in my living room, and the two people that I was reading, they heard her too. And it wasn't even a whisper, it was a loud, resounding yes. It was her voice. It was so comforting to hear her. And I am still kind of freaked out and taken aback. She definitely pierced through the veil. And so that was really cool. But I've been feeling like being watched, and so I don't know how all of you are feeling, if you're having any kind of weird experiences, but I'll tell you, things are quickening and I'm feeling it. Now, the Orion meteor shower is occurring right now. It is my favorite meteor shower. It starts to ascend in the sky in the southeast, and then it starts to move west through the sky. Around 4 or 5 a.m., it is in the south, high up in the sky. You can't miss it. Orion is a very recognizable constellation. It's the 4 stars and then the 3 diagonal in the middle. Sirius is to the left of it when you're looking at it. The radiant point will be in the upper left-hand corner. You'll notice that star is kind of like an amber color. The star is Betelgeuse. It's a red giant, and that is where the radiant is from. I've been witnessing the meteors every morning if I wake up early enough. The peak will be Monday evening into Tuesday morning. Unfortunately, it's raining here now, so I'm hoping that 5 a.m. it's nice and clear so that I can go out because it's almost the peak. You can continue to see the meteors for the next couple of weeks. They'll just start to wane. The one hindrance is the waning moon because it is not setting until after sunrise. All right, so everything is moving into Scorpio. We have the sun moving into Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Mercury, Venus, Pallas, the vertex, and then the moon on next Sunday, all in Scorpio. I feel this is the revealing of things, revealing of hidden things. We need to set protective boundaries. It will be at 4 degrees, this new moon. In the 4th house, the sun will be in the 4th house. Protective of our feelings, work, and material matters are of concern, or family, energy of the mother, ancestors. Now, Uranus and Taurus will be directly opposing this at 4 degrees as well. So there'll be shakeups, revelations, shakeups around money, material things, material possessions, homes, changing of homes, a need to be on solid ground, a desire to create and express our passions. And the moon at 4 degrees in the 4th house in Scorpio is probably one of the most difficult energies. It is emotional devastation because our emotions really just plummet down. We go so deep during this time. So I need all of you to hold on to your hats, hold on to your hearts, because a lot of fears come up, and I'm going to segue into this, the new moon card in Scorpio. And this says, work through your fears. And I only pulled this out so that you can see what the new moon in Scorpio moon card is. and that is working through fears. Scorpio is dark. It's ruled by Pluto, death, the underworld, hidden things, psychics, intuition, ghosts, spirits, our sexual passion. And it has to do with a lot of things that we don't like to talk about sometimes. So we're diving deep into the things that we bury. And the crystal card that I picked for this week is perfect for that. It is fluorite, and I have a lovely piece of that right here. It comes in all different colors, greens and purples and clears and pinks. Fluorite is such a wonderful healer. And this is particularly talking about clarity, purity, and decluttering the mind. So we're getting rid of those fears. We're getting rid of those emotions that we bury deep down. And I think this will be perfect to work with for the week. Now, the animal totem card that I picked for the week, because we are coming into Scorpio energy, it is Spider Spirit, and this does talk about our creativity. This is the mother, so that is fourth house energy. This is talking about how our thoughts and our words create and weave the web, which shows up in our outer lives. So we want to be impeccable with that, especially with Mercury and Venus in Scorpio as well. But the spider is, I think, extremely beautiful. With the changing of the seasons here, spiders are starting to come in from the outside because they want to get warm. They want to come in and nest in our comfy, cozy homes. And then I picked a Halloween card, and look what came up. It's the underworld. And so we'll be exploring some of those darker places this week. I will hopefully be able to write up a personal ghost story. And this is saying where all things pause and begin again. So this is definitely Scorpio and Pluto energy, because in that underworld, things go to die, kind of like the autumn. We're letting go. The leaves, the trees are letting go of their leaves so that they can be reborn again in the spring. And there is mythology around that, of how autumn, winter, and spring and summer come about, and it has to do with the underworld, if you're not familiar with that. All right, let's get into the cards for all signs. And I did write a little blog about this upcoming energy. Now, just so that you're prepared for Halloween on October 31st, Mercury will be going retrograde. We're already in his shadow. So expect that things go wonky. We keep losing power here for like a blip at a time, just long enough so that all the clocks have to be reset. And then I have to go downstairs and reset the internet, the Wi-Fi, and reboot that. So that's been annoying. I can already tell that this video is like time lapsing, so I'm having issues here. I'm going to pull an animal totem card for all of the signs. Now, with Scorpio being in the fourth house, the sun and the moon, for this new moon on Sunday, October 27th, I know I'm a little bit early. I placed all of the signs in their appropriate houses, using Scorpio in the fourth house. So we'll start with, actually, I guess I'll start in correct order, starting with Aries. Okay. All right, Aries. I put my glasses on, so I took notes, channeled what I was picking up. Now, keep in mind, This is for your sun signs, your rising signs, and your moons, if you want to look into that. Think about the majority or the biggest part of the energy is the fourth house, which is creativity and passions. It's generally ruled by Cancer, so it's that protective quality of the emotions. It is the mother, it's our ancestors and family, and it's definitely the emotions. It's the home and the nest, and needing to revamp the nest, clear out the nest, prepare the nest. So we all have that general energy. And then I'm going to speak of the signs and the energy of the house that that's in for at the time of this new moon. All right, so Aries, you'll be in the ninth house, and this is about passionate beliefs. And the card that I'm picking up is Trust the Mystery. It's the whale spirit. So, passionate about beliefs. We're definitely incorporating that family energy. And this is saying trust in the mystery. So, Aries, you want to push. You want to push. You want things to happen. You are all about the action. But this is saying you got to take a little bit of a step back and go deep and trust that everything's going to be working out the way it's supposed to. Taurus, you're in the 10th house. This is going to symbolize physical and sensual satisfaction. And I have chosen giraffe spirit. And this is talking about seeing the bigger picture. So it's similar. I think that we're definitely all in an observer standpoint where we're taking that step back and we're taking a look at everything and how it's playing out without taking any action. But you will be delving into the physical and sensual satisfaction, the pleasures of the 10th house. All right, so Gemini, you're in the 11th house. This is a great, powerful time for communication, great conversations, brainstorming with friends, and social interaction. And Scarab Beetle Spirit comes up for you saying magic works through you. So I think through your connections and your social interactions, magic will be happening for you. Cancer, 12th house, so that's hidden things. It's the other side. Family secrets revealed, roots, ancestors, picking up other people's emotions. So Cancer, Cancer rising, Cancer moons, you really are going to have a hard time separating your feelings from other people's feelings. There's going to be this really weird feeling, strange home interactions and relationships. And the sandpiper spirit comes up and it's asking you to be playful, to not take things so seriously, not be so emotional, and start to play a little bit more, get creative, and tramp around in the on the beach, in the shore, in the water. And I think that that would be perfect for Cancers, especially with this new moon and the sun in your home house of the fourth house. All right, Leo, you are in the first house, which is going to be for self-development. This is trying to not squash out the ego, but put the ego in check. Develop yourselves in a more mature manner. And this is definitely a self growth period for the Leos. And look, it's your home totem. It's the lion. And this is saying be generous of spirit. And I believe that this came up for you, all of you before. Be generous of spirit. And that is part of self-development and growth with pushing the ego aside. And this is, being generous of all of your, I was going to say talents, but all of the generosity and warmth that you have within yourself and putting that out there into the world. Virgo, you're going to be in the second house. So this is about material wealth, possessions, acquisitions of possibly real estate, acquisitions of a way to improve your material wealth. There'll be a big focus on that after this moon. And we have porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. So this is for the Virgos, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. Time for the beginner mind. So this is doing a reset for you and thinking of things in a different way, learning new ways that, I know Virgos are so expert on what it is that they know, but this is about learning something new. Libras, now this was a good one because with this aspect, this is Libras talking about and being in other people's lives too much, talking about other people too much instead of focusing on yourselves. But this is also about bringing things into balance that are around you through excellent speeches, excellent conversations with other people. So instead of focusing on the gossip, focus on how you can heal everything around you with your eloquent speech and your balance and fairness. And oh my gosh, this is so perfect for you. It's Nightingale spirit, and it says love is all around. But the Nightingale is one of the most beautiful singers in the bird family. She sits up in the tree and she sings or speaks to the entire world. On the endangered species list, I will say that. So it's very rare to hear the nightingale. So this is saying, don't be just spewing speech. You want to use eloquent and beautiful speech, and you want to bring the community together with love. Okay, Scorpio, we know that you're in the fourth house. This is about safety, security, forgiveness, past family crap. Could be difficult. Things could be churning up from underneath that come up, arguments over past family stuff. This is Parrot Spirit, and it says watch your words. So that kind of really goes pretty well with that. Similar to the Nightingale and that the Libra energy is, okay, yes, maybe you need to hash these things out, but you got to watch what you say because you don't want to inflame the situation with sharp, harsh words. Pick and choose your words very carefully during this time. Sagittarius, you will be bringing dreams to life, and it's time for you to follow your heart and follow your mission. And we have, butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. So I even talked to a Sagittarius friend of mine this morning, and I said, I really think that things are changing and turning around for you. So Sag, things will be transforming in a very beautiful way. Remember that a butterfly's transformation is sometimes painful, going from a caterpillar into the cocoon and emerging as a beautiful butterfly. And it just makes me think of my Sag friend. I'm pretty sure it was her that said, the caterpillar, the butterfly never, I can't think. I always screw these things up, but she said something like, the butterfly was never asked to change, it just did. And I know that I'm paraphrasing, and I know that's not even correct. And I'm going to have to go back to her and ask because it was so good what she said about transformation. All right, Capricorns, rest is imperative. Rest is required to regain your energy. Peace and serenity for the body. Sleep is essential. And when I wrote peace and serenity for the body, I was also thinking that yoga and Tai Chi or even walking is off the plate, because you may think, oh, rest, I'm going to slow it down from doing too much, but this is saying you need to come to a complete halt at this time and try to get as much sleep as possible. So doing a slower paced type of exercise or work is not going to cut it. This is just talking about complete rest and shutting down, couch potatoing it, and allowing yourself the next couple of weeks to do this, because things are going to speed up for you very quickly and you will need that extra energy. And your card is Chameleon. It says act as if. So chameleon, well, we all know that they can change and adapt and fit in everywhere, but this is you taking on a new strategy, and I think you need this resetting period. Take the Mercury from now till the Mercury retrograde being over December 2nd, when we're coming into Capricorn, before you come out of your cocoon. Acting as if also says that even if you don't know how to do something that is being asked of you, you act as if you can do it, fake it till you make it kind of thing, and everything will fall into place. This would be a good time for you to just take a respite, sit back, relax. The Mercury retrograde will go direct at the beginning of December, I believe, or mid-December, but then you'll still have plenty of time for your birthday season to ramp it up. Oh, we'll be in Sag when this goes in. So just take this time from now until the end of Mercury retrograde, and then your birthday season starts. So it will be perfect timing. Aquarius, getting honest with yourself will lead to joy and beauty in your life. And I want to I cautioned my daughter this morning about this, possible breakups and arguments and people splitting. And that's because this Scorpio energy with Aquarius has us detaching emotionally. Aquarius just really doesn't give a crap. So when the drama starts to roll in, it's so easy for an Aquarius to detach and walk away. And that's what could happen after this new moon. So anything that is bullshit filled, drama filled, you just don't have the time or space for it, you're going to be exiting. And your animal totem is cow spirit. The miracles are endless. And I love that, because that's the joy and the playfulness that you are looking for. This is also knowing how abundant we all are, and that there's always enough. And this is a great segue. My daughter, who is an Aquarian, Scorpio rising, Pisces moon, is a major manifester. And she came to me the other day and asked if we could do a show, whether it be a live show or a recorded show. She wants to talk about manifesting and how all of you could become better manifestors. So I wish I could have recorded this conversation while we were driving, because it would have been great, impromptu, honest. And I'm just trying to schedule some time with her. So stay tuned, because she is such a major manifester that she actually has to turn it off because too much comes in too fast, including ghosts and spirits and all of that. But she attracts, and that is what this cow energy is. But she's going to talk to me and all of you about some tips and tricks and what you can do to help yourselves manifest better. And I think that's great with this new moon coming up. And then last but not least, Pisces. Pisces, you're the 8th house. Oh, so I'm sorry, Aquarius. Aquarius was, I got to go back. Aquarius was the 7th house. That's relationships. Capricorn, 6th house, which is your health. Sagittarius, 5th house, which is pleasures, childlike qualities, our inner child. Pisces, 8th house. This is the underworld. This is Scorpio energy. So a lot of your fears are going to be coming up. There's going to be fears of betrayal, fears of trust, fears of being lied to. And just know that this is all crap that's in your head. It's not real. If it is real, then you know what to do. You got to walk away. But your card is going to be Hummingbird Spirit. And this says be here and now. And I love Hummingbird Spirit. It points to the north, our ancestors, spirits from the other side. I even said, I believe, Pisces, you're going to be extremely intuitive during this time. You'll be able to suss out people that have a mask on, that are showing a false face. But don't let it spook you and start accusing everybody of betraying you or lying to you or being unable to trust people. Ask your intuition. You'll be able to suss that out. And it brings up the animal totems that I've been seeing. I thought about this. I've been seeing a lot of raccoons, dead raccoons on the road. I don't know. I guess they're coming out at night. It's that time of year. But I think of the mask that the raccoon wears, and with these raccoons being dead in the road, to me, it's a time for our masks to end, to come off, to be more authentic, to stand in our integrity. I had a post the other day that said, tell people your truth, speak your truth, and see who sticks around, because that's who gets to be in your blanket fort. So, like, if you're not being honest with yourself and you're not being honest with others, you're having to put on a mask to be somebody else. Well, you're only hurting yourself, because then you're surrounding yourself with people that may not necessarily like the real you. And, well, that would suck. Also, on my trip, my little ghost tour journey surprise trip, there was cow totem, so that just came up. Speaking of abundance, and the cows were swimming in the ponds, and it was the most adorable thing. And my friend Zen's property backs up to a cow farm, so I got to hear mooing all night long. Horses, that symbolizes freedom. Dog totem, symbolizing loyalty and playfulness. What else? Of course, squirrels, preparedness. What else did I see? I can't remember. I think that's pretty much it. But anyway, this was a long one. You deserved it, because I wasn't here last week. I will probably do a pick your own, maybe, for the new moon, possibly a live weekly wisdom when the sun moves into Scorpio. I love that 0 degree. Maybe that's what I'll be doing with my daughter. So stay tuned for that. She'll help all of us manifest. And I guess that's it. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell so you get notifications when I put out new videos. Stay tuned, because the November, I couldn't think, tarot scopes for each sign will be coming out soon. And happy new moon blessings. Happy birthday, Scorpios. I think that's it. Until next time, thank you. And thanks for watching. Now, if I can just turn this off.